Asalibona nonke amaZimbabwe amahle. Lami igama MC John Moyo. Ndrimandri badikazana ngamakwese kwamuri kwakapoterezana. Namhlanje sesibuya seyajika namhlanje. Sokungena indoda esekhaya, indoda emadodeni. Right, mkhoma Martin Sibanda. Namhlanje indoda iyabulala abazali bayo. Iphumile jele ngoba umuntu unezimali zakhe. Right, nazi pachirongwa hlangana nabahlabeleli pa United Sungura Legends sinamkhoma Martin Sibanda. Indoda yasekhaya, indoda yasontuthu ziyadunqa. Right, regaile isoko mkhoma Martin Sibanda zwilise ikho ini silangu litwa MC Chidonoro ndinofambana mkhoma Brown, Mr Brown, mkhoma Igu Focus, Jona Msariri, Bozida Mwana Nyamapande, Krango Buti nakamwe wakaipa, Jade, Alex Dekete, Peter Matonzi, Tiripana Papa Chirongwa, hlangana na bahlabeleli pa Sungura United Legends. Magadi kumkhoma Martin Sibanda, the big boss.
Oh wow, ngiyaphila mina sanibona nonke bantu bakithi endaweni zonke kumagumbamano omhlaba lapha engabe likhona. Hayi induna iphilile, igama lami nguMartin njengoba sebeshilo. Ngiyaphila kakhulu, ngiyajabula ukufika enkundleni namhlanje ukuzoxoxa nani phela ngizophendula imibuzo eningabe nilangazelela ukuthi niyibuze nizwe nempendulo zayo. Ngiyajabula kakhulu ukuba khona lapha namhlanje. Ngiyabonga.
Kuvududzira vanhu. Vanhu vanovuduka ka.
Right, sibonge lapho Tawu, sibonge Tawu. Sanibona ninjani nonke. Makathi amadzangu dzese kwamuri. Kunzvimbo dzese zvamuri. Ini ndinoita Mr Nelson Case, Mr Brown Akantuli. Muri right rezvenyu. Ndakutanga basa. Mr Tawu, ndiyaphila baba. Njengoba sifikile la ekhaya kwamukela ngezandla zonke ezimhlophe baba. Abantu bafuna ukwazi ukuthi uMartin Sibanda ngubani uMartin Sibanda. Njalo ezalwa kuphi? Qhamuka kuphi uMartin? Ngiyabonga.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu Mr Ntuli lapho. Ngijabula futhi ukwemukelwa ngendlela enhle kakhulu ngezandla ezimhlophe ezifudumalayo. Ngibonga abaphathi bohlelo, ngibonga nenkundla. Ngibonga nabalaleli bonke nabalandeli bami kuzo zonke indawo lapha engabe nikhona. uMartin Sibanda indoda eyazalwa kondolwane ePlumtree emaqwaqwasini phansi khona ngale. Izalwa indoda yakoSibanda nentombi yakoNdebele esigodini sakondolwane yakhulela lapho. Abaningi bayaze nje isindoda eyayisidume ngezingoma eyayisizirekhoda oAfrika kusuka wona ngale. Kodwa indoda nje eyakhula la emakhaya kakhulu, ayisondoda yakhulela koBulawayo. Kodwa ngokuya kwesikhathi yasivula umqondo yathi cha kufanele i-challenge i-situation, itshintshe izinto ukuze inikeze abantwana basemakhaya ithemba lokuthi anyone can be a star.
Hayi ngiyabonga Tawu, ngiyabonga. Ngathi ke lapha Tawu sikhuluma ngendimi zonke, sikhuluma ngesishona, sikhuluma ngesikhalanga, sikhuluma la ngesilungu, yonke into ngoba kangihambi ngedwa, ngihamba namanye amadoda lapha ezincedisana nawo ke khona la ekhaya. Right, siyabonga kakhulu ukuzwa lokho ukuthi indoda ekhulele emakhaya, indoda eyayelusayo. Kuyangijabulisa ke khona lokho. Ake nami okwamanje zake ngithi shwi kancane ngizoshiyela uMr Msariri ethathe khona lapho eqhubekele phambili, kodwa sabe sekwasincedisana khona lapho. Siyabonga Tawu. Mr Msariri, usuthi lapha Tawu ngasichazela ukuthi kwezomculo wena uqale nini, uqale ngawuphi umnyaka, njalo uTawu wazalwa ngawuphi umnyaka. Sifuna ukwazi ukuthi wazalwa nini, njalo kwezomculo waqala kanjani, wakwenze njani uzuqala indima yomculo. Abanye sibabona abaningi baphelela kobo Zayoni, wena uzukhethe le ndlela kwakutheni?
Mina ngazalwa ngomnyaka ka-1971 esigodini sako Ndolwane ePlumtree. Umculo ngaqala ukucula ngimncane kodwa ngangicula nje ngoba ngaqala esontweni leSt John's Church labo umntaka babo omdala owayengumfundisi khona esontweni okuthiwa yiSt John's. So ngangicula ingoma zesikhalanga nezesitswana. So nguye umuntu owabonayo ukuthi nginezwi elimnandi, wayethanda nje ukuthi ngibe khona esontweni ngoba ngaze ngamuzwa ngenye imini sithi lo mntwana mayengekho isonto ifile. Kuthi ukuthi ngezinye indlela abantu ngabanyakazisa ngisesemncane. Kodwa ngangicula nje, uyabona khona ukucula nje kwabantwana bonke. Yabona. So ngithe sengisesikolo ke sengu-grade 5, around grade 4, grade 5. Ngahlangana nothisha okuthiwa nguJoseph Msipha, onguye owafika wathatha indima yokuba yi-sports person, sports master, nomuntu wayiculisa nje into zamakhwaya. Nguye futhi umuntu owaqala futhi ukubona ukuthi nginekhono elokucula ngoba wayesengumuntu owayesefuna ukuthi ngihlale nginaye ekwayeni, ngibonisa abantu ukuthi bangacula yiphi iphathi, bekucula yiphi iphathi. Naleso sikhathi futhi angike ngisho ngithi ngase ngicula ngoba ngangingakuthandi, ngangicula ngibona ukuthi bayangisebenzisa, yabona. Ngisola futhi ukuthi why abantu they would love to say I should sing. Ngiyakwazi ukucula ndlula abanye kona ukucula nje kuyinto nje why singaculi sonke, yabona. So babe ngihlupha sometimes esikhathini esiningi ngibaleke bebuye the following day bengiphanishe. Grade 5 wangifundisa lo teacher up to grade 7 eloke bambele leyo ndima. So enami embambile stickini ngaze ngagcina phela nami sengi-understanda ukuthi okay ukucula kuyinto efana nalena kodwa sicula amakwaya. I remember sihamba sesiwina izimbuzi sengu-head boy, isikhathi sengu-head boy koNdolwane. Sihamba siwina izimbuzi esikolo. Hayi ukucula senguzwisisa kodwa kungayisiyo nto njengambona ukuthi into yakuphi ngoba uyazi ukuthi impilo yasemakhaya we were just not told about how important was music, and we didn't even think about anything that could take us somewhere in the name of music. So kwaba ngaleyo ndlela ke ngaze ngaqeda ugrade 7 nje ngicula. Uthando lwami lokuthi ngize ngigcine ngifuna ukucula, sengifuna ukuba musician, ngaba nalo e-secondary school lapho engathi mangifika lapho I met the guys who were from a town njengoba ngishilo ukuthi mina ngikhulele koBulawayo ku-form 1. So ngathi ngiqalile ukusazi isilungu lapha ngoba nesilungu sathi sibambele ekudeni e-primary sasingasitholi. So ngathi ngisazi isilungu lapha ngafike ngadibana nalabo abantu babedlala i-reggae music. So mina ingoma zerumba ngangizidlala Solomon Sikhuza, uJohn Chibadura, Dasarira Namo, zaziningi kakhulu ngangizidlala lapho. Kodwa nje ngifika e-secondary ngafika ngathola abantu abangi-introduce ku-reggae music. I remember the first time I listened to reggae music, ngafaka i-Hawkman ekhanda lami, and that guy was playing the Mistin Roots. System cool them, Babylon control them. So I could understand, oh, this music is a carriage. Into ongayisebenzisa to send a message from one place to another. Then ibomb yeza ke mase kufika uLucky Dube, i-album kaLucky Dube eyafikayo, Think About Children. Leyo ke iyo eyashintsha zonke izinto ke. In brief, uye umuntu owangenza mpela ngaze ngaba nezeal to be a musician. So my role model in music, it's Lucky Dube. He's the guy owangenza understand ukuthi to be a musician you must tell the world ama messages, you must write ama songs and ama messages all the time, so that how I came to loving music, to be a musician. Otherwise before ngangicula nje abantu bethi ngiyakwazi ukucula nginezwi elimnandi kodwa ngangakathandi until I was introduced and I fell in love with reggae music?
Hayi siyabonga Dangu, siyabonga ukuzwa lokhu ukuthi ubungumlandeli kaLucky Dube. Bese sibonga kakhulu kanti ngithe angihambi ngedwa, ngihamba namanye amadoda engisebenza nawo ke. Ngizathi nami ukushiyela umsarili lana athathe lapha engishiye khona, kodwa siloko sisonke khona. Ngiyabonga kakhulu ukuyizwa le ndaba yereggae, kanti ireggae futhi nami bengiyithanda ngaleso sikhathi. Hayi siyabonga kakhulu.
Ngiyabonga.
Yebo, Mr. Martin. I greet you all, Sungura, legends, fans, artists, here present. My name is Gamalami Jonathan Msariri. I'm happy to join my counterparts here. Mr. Martin, my apologies. This group has got guys who understand Shona, Ndebele, English. So we will try by all means to also mix with English so that we try to cover or to try to make sure that most guys will be able to understand. I'm happy, Minanya Doba, but I managed to pick most of the things that you said. Your background, when you were born, how you grew up, all those things, and also that you were inspired mainly by Lucky Dube. Reggae music was so into you. I'm so happy to hear that. So, thank you, Mr. Brown, and Johannes Donoro for starting this interview. Let me cut this. We need to try by all means to make our recordings shorter so that they won't take time to download. So let me cut this and ask you the next question. Thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Martin, my apologies again if to ask you something that you've already responded to, because like I said, Minanya Doba, so I picked some few statements, some I might have missed them. But now I want to know, you said you were inspired by Lucky Dube, and also you mentioned some of the artists that you were listening to, John Shubadura and others. Now I want to know, when did you now start, or when did you establish your group, or maybe which other musical bands that you played with before you now formed your own group? We now need to know how you moved the journey from the time you started your own band, or from the time you joined other bands before you came to establish your own band, the one Super Sound. So just tell us and try by all means, maybe if it's possible, include English so that most of the guys here will be able to understand. And also, if you know some Shona statements, you may also mix as well for the sake of our other brothers here. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. As I proceeded with the music thing into me, I came to South Africa, and I was writing songs, and in most cases I was writing songs in English, as I could have sung reggae music. As I said, I was inspired by Lucky Dube mainly. So I came into South Africa, and then in South Africa I stayed for a year in South Africa, and I stayed at an isolated area whereby there were no guys from home. So I was listening to Radio Zulu in most cases. So when I moved into Hillbrow, I was still writing my songs and now mixing reggae things and Zulu music, Ndebele music. Then when I moved, I stayed in Joburg Park. Then when I moved to Hillbrow Central there, I stayed with the guy Colin Moyo. I shared the flat with Colin Moyo. Then when I was staying with Colin Moyo, he always saw me writing songs. He always saw me writing things, but he didn't understand what exactly I was writing. And then I was always singing, here and there, singing. He saw me singing. One day he approached me, "Why are you singing?" I said, "No, I want to be a musician." He said, "You want to be a musician?" "Yes." And during that time, there was a hit by Kumlani Skuza, Intertelelo, Ijesio Chani. And that guy, by then, he was sponsored by a guy from Cholocho, so his band was called Cholocho Sound. So I spoke to Colin. I said, "No, I want to form my band that I will call by the name of my place in Dolwani, that side." So Colin, we knew each other from school. So he said, "No, I also am interested to be a musician." Then, you know, by then I was hungry for a microphone. I just wanted the person who could play a guitar for me so that I could sing. So I had that thing in me. So Colin said, "No." He had played the guitar during the time when he was a head boy. Long back. I said, "Okay, fine. If it's that, then it's okay." Then, after talking with Colin, Colin said, "No, I will join you." So Colin was the first guy who joined me in my dream that I came with from home. So now, what was the first step? The first step was to try and find out a guitar. So that I'm sorry, there's someone who just called me. And then the next step was for us to get an instrument so that I could see Colin playing the guitar. And then we went to a shop in Johannesburg, and then we opened an account. I'm not sure whether Colin had an account already there or he just opened an account, but the account was open in his name. Then we got a guitar and an amp. I remember those two gadgets were written the musician. So when we came back, I was so happy because now we had started something together, and Colin was going to play and I was going to sing my songs. I had all the songs written. I was ready to sing while Colin played. And then reaching home, Colin failed to play a guitar. I was so much disappointed, and Colin read it through my face that I was so disappointed and I was down. So Colin was the first thinker. Seeing that, no, he had just let me down, he couldn't do what I was expecting from him. He went around, because he was the man about town. He went around. Then when he came in the evening, he was telling me about these other guys who had recorded already, who also came from home. So as he mentioned his name, he mentioned Oliver, who we know today as Honesty, and Madala Boy. So he said, "No, I met these other guys who had already recorded, but they want to come and see these gadgets of ours." So the following day, he brought Madala Boy into the flat, and then Madala Boy found me just lying on my stomach on the bed, and I was just reading my songs. Then as Madala Boy came in, I recognized the face that I had seen at home, because Madala Boy I saw Madala Boy doing these things at home, back at home, with a certain teacher by Obedingo Mguni, and Madala Boy was a football player, so I knew that guy. Then as he came in, we greeted each other. Oh, man. Then Madala Boy grabbed the guitar. Then as he grabbed the guitar, Madala Boy played something that took me by storm. And I said, "Okay, fine. This is what I want, because now this thing is just playing like a record." And then I started singing. And the first song that I sang for Madala Boy was the song that we later recorded in the album Sunduza, Ingoma okuthiwa umlungisi Sitheli Sisila. That was a song I had written long back that was a true story of something that I had encountered in life. So I had it in my file. So as Madala Boy played the guitar, I sang that song to him. And Madala Boy was so happy. And he started telling us about his group, their group, Big Four. And then he said, no, we have recorded, but we are looking for a person who can sing like this. And then, but you guys, you have started your own thing already. But now we recorded, but we are looking for a good guy who can actually join us and sing. That's how Madala Boy, me and Colin spoke about these things of meeting these other guys of Big Four Noyana. Then it started from that time that I came into joining these guys. And then Madala Boy told us these guys, he told us about Charles, he told us about Abson, and there was another guy developed, and Abson was staying in Rubberidge. And one day Madala Boy took us there to Rubberidge to meet these other guys. Then when I met those guys, I found out this is the guys that I know. We are related. Abson is related to me. Charles is related to me. So then we sat down, then we negotiated how we could go about these two things. Me and Colin and them having recorded. Then we agreed that we will join these two bands together and form one unity.
Oh, what a profound explanation of the journey you went through. I'm so happy to get to know the background, where you came from, how you did it. Maybe just some follow-up questions. When you agreed to have a united front for your from your own band which wanted to form, and the one which Madala Boy was fronting. Now when we became one band. Who was the band leader, and what was your role in this new band that you formed? In addition to that, one of our fans in the afternoon was saying, you guys, when you talk to the artist, he actually requested that if it's possible, you ask the artist to just do a short a cappella of one of his songs or a song. So I just want you to do a short a cappella of the first song, the one that you said you sang for Madala Boy, just an a cappella, just a short, just a few seconds, so that we have a feel. And I'm happy because you are explaining so many things, and it will make our life easier because you're actually responding to some of the questions which we had lined up for you. I'm happy for that. So you need to just move on what I've just said, and also to tell us what was now the first album that you did now when you established this band, and also I think let me just combine. You also need to let us know to date how many albums do you have, and also tell us, both people need to know, are you still together as Madala Boy, or you at some point you ended up going on your own way? All those things we need to know. Let me cut this and just wait for your responses. Thank you very much, Mr. Martin.
Okay. This was the first song that I sang for Madala Boy when he played the guitar for me. Umlungiso zitheli sisila, umlungiso zitheli sisila mama, washiwa ngunine ngani lumntwana mina ngamondla yashiwa nguninezelusane mina. That is the song that I sang to Madala boy. Right. I'll just mix the languages. Mase sihlangene ke sesi i-one unity. Mina ngaqhubeka ngicula ngiyi-vocalist. Ngangibhala nengoma njengoba sengitshela ukuthi ingoma lena uMadala boy wayithola ngiyibhalile. And to be frank, I really don't know exactly who was the band leader there, because that formation, it was all giants. Abson had his own history at school, Madala boy his own history at school. Tina, we had come with the band. So the formation of that group, yes, it was there, but it was not transparent. You see, it was not transparent, as I can put it. We just did it and played it and taught it. We could see by action that no, this one maybe is the big one and this one is the big one. But as for us, me and Colin, we could feel there was that division always. Because sometimes we could see these guys after Sihlangene Sitayise iband sakhuluma si band, they would go, the four of them, and have their own meeting there. Then we could see that these guys, why is it like there is a division there? So it was not clear as who was the big guy. But anyway, we proceeded. We proceeded, and we did that because the love of the music, it was in my heart. It was too late to stop. And sometimes we would have quarrels here and there, testing powers as far as music composition is concerned. But as for me, I admire the way ababedlala ngakhona ama-guitars, because that is exactly what I wanted. And masebesiza sebehlanganisa zonke lezi zinto, to me it was just like a miracle. Oh, these guys, they're playing together, and this thing is now a record, you see. So I was actually eager to sing and record. So yahamba lento ngaleyo ndlela siloke sikwenza kanjalo, kodwa yayingazathi ayikho kahle kahle iband lena. Kwakunaleya division ukuthi no, we are the owners of this, we started this and we started this. But the truth is, into lezo sihlangene zaba u-2, because Madala boy, when he came to us, we had a gadget already esasesiyisebenzisa nabo seberekhodile. So sakukhuba ke ngaleyo ndlela sahamba. I remember we touring Botswana together, but unfortunately we did not record. We did not record as into eyaphumelelayo, but we tried, because I remember in 1992 we tried to record a task. And our demo was received by Charmaine Chirwa. It was Charmaine Chirwa. Then Bastiel would know we have to go back and Gadzira Zimwe. Then it was a failure, but it was an attempt. I remember Saya a rhythmic, which was Rosebank. Is it Rosebank? Kwakunabelungu ababili ababerekhoda uJohnny Clegg. Safika lapho, and we thought maybe there sasifike at the end of the day lapho esasibona ngazathi sizothola khona ukurekhoda, but sasingenayo mali etheni. Safika sazama futhi lapho. I remember when Madala boy played the guitar, that mlungu just just affected Madala Boy's guitar, and it played so nicely that we were all so happy. But then they told us, imali yethu iziphelile. We were so disappointed. And it was the second attempt. Status is confused. I mean, it's convinced these people to give us more time. They started criticizing us because we went to the studio in a uniform as if we were going to perform. You see, but they were criticizing, you come here dressed with a shirts with a little fish, little shark, and then, you know, they frustrated us, and then we just left. It was a failure. Again, then we went to Harare, a high-density studio. Lapho safika attempt a recording. Sasifuna ukurecorda i-album umnchisheleni. Again there lapho safika sathola i-studio, the great artist wayerekhode lapho kwakungu uChopa Chimbetu. So but simonisa nje i-catalog asabona ukuthi no, we were at the right place. Again there it was a failure. Again we recorded 1 or 2 songs and then we did not finish. Then I think we ran out of cash again. Things didn't even go well. Then we left. So we were so frustrated. And then after that attempt, that's when things changed. We played because we started by playing live shows. But some guys were working here in South Africa, so they had sacrificed their jobs. And then uMadala Boy nguye owasala muva nami, abanye sebephindela back eSouth Africa, bafika bathatha imisebenzi yabo. Ukuthi ke iband izohlangana futhi la eSouth Africa, it became a hard nut to crack. uMadala Boy decided not to come. I remember ngikhuluma naye esithi yena no, he's no longer going back emsebenzini, kunemali la ekhaya. Ngazama ukum-encourage it, I know asambe, but no, angakazahambe, even a passport akasayidingi. It was the time lapho uNdux Malax wayeseshonile. Then abafana bakaNdux Malax basebenzile babuya badibana noMadala Boy. Madala Boy, he was playing with these guys. Since Abson with Charles, Colin had come back. Madala Boy was Divana and Fana, the likes of Osain, Ogabazi. So I remember the last day I went to Madala Boy, I was riding a bicycle. I rode a bicycle to his home, and then I spoke to him. He told me, no, he is happy there, and he will come to South Africa to visit, but he is happy there. Then I came back to Johannesburg. Then when we came into Johannesburg, when I came into Johannesburg here back, Ndolwane Super Sounds was gone, was no longer there, and the band was now called Ndolwane Super Sounds. And the name was chosen because it represented almost all of us. And then I criticized Big Four because I said there was Big Four Gem, so I criticized that name. Then they ended up using Ndolwane Super Sound. So when I came back, Madala Boy was hooked with these guys at home, and then he was calling himself the Shining Fellows. So by then, Ndolwane Super Sounds was gone. It was no longer there. Charles was working, Abson was working, Colin was working, I was not working. Then Sasala Mbedi Scott, this is Madala Boy, and Nala Lena, he was playing his things outside, and then Tina Ngapa, Sasasini Bendi, had come to the halt. Then one afternoon, Abson came to me all the way from Rabarich. Then he said to me, no, he could not accept the defeat because now he felt like he had lost. Madala Boy grew up playing his guitars kumakulela, and he was playing at Tikopushe. And then now Madala Boy, if he proceeds, he feel like he has failed. So he said, no, let us start in Ndolwane and continue with this band. So I said, okay, fine. You play all the instruments, then I will sing. Then we started doing that. And he played the instrument, started playing instrument, then I started singing. Then the next day, we decided, being two of us, Abs and I, we decided that no man, let us go back and approach Charles, because he was one of us, and he was playing a part. So if we can approach with Charles, then we continue. And Abson was working, and Charles was working. I was not working, so the finance to record these things was gonna be difficult for Abson. So we approached Charles, and then we went to his place. He was staying in Alexander. I remember when we got there, he was ironing his khaki trousers, Abonoili 777 with a flame iron. And then we approached him. I talked to him and tried to reason with him so that we continued with Ndolwane Super Sounds without the involvement of Madala Boy, because Madala Boy was with the Shining Fellows, where he had started his own group home. Maybe with the frustration that we had before, Charles was not ready to continue. Then he told us, no, ladies and the young Then we tried, Charles denied, and then we left. I saw a frustrated face, Ega Abson, after Charles let us down, and then because Colin, we had not included him for the second Dolon Super Sound, because Colin was not active in the recording of these things. So Abson, after a frustration, Liana, he decided on his own to go and approach Colin so that he could help, because Colin was working and I was not working. Then in the afternoon, when he came for a practice at Associenza, he told me that no, I have approached Colin, and Colin agreed that he was going to help financially. So Colin joined us, and we were now 3. Then we proceeded with our practices. Sakuba ke i-practice yethu siloke ngicula uAbson eChaya Makatari, ingoma sazibhalo Africa, ugcineleni umunzi wami, kwakunobodeliwe masekonakele, those ziningi nje ingoma uthando luphelile. Then after some months, I think it was 4 or 5 months down the line, siloke sizenza lezi zinto, uAbson came afternoon and say no, umzawami, he was calling Charles umzawami uthe no, now he wants to come back, he wants to come and join us. I said, how? He come to join us? He said, yes, he wants to come and join us. Then we said, okay, no problem. Let him come and join us. Then Charles came and then joined us. That is how we reunited with Charles. And that is why ingoma ekhasetini uAfrica kwaqala mina ngicula, walandela mina ngicula, ngoba ingoma zonke lezo zazivele sezikhona. So Charles wathi mayesebuya ngabe senzithi no, le uAfrica ngeyami lena, le ungcineleni umuzi ngeyami, then uthando luphelile ngeyami, wena thatha lezi ezingaphakathi. Then Charles said to come in, then we have to do lezi izingoma ezingaphakathi. That is why the formation structure as abantu abasibona with the first song was sung by me, and the second song and the last song, because Charles was ingoma lezi vele sezizile frames vele sesibekile. Then Abson said no, it must stay like. Then that's how we recorded Africa. Africa, when we recorded Africa, Abson was playing the instrument. Then we hired omunye undoda kuthiwa uClement wayedlalela uNdux Malax, ikhona ingoma kuthiwa uSibomvu, yikho lapha adlala khona ibest kakhulu. Abantu abaningi bangacabanga uClement Msimang. Uye umuntu wasincedisa erecorder i-bass. Abson played i-lead, wadlala nama-rhythms ku-Africa, then i-drum sale programmer. So sarecorder leyo album eMorning Star Studios duze ne-MTN rank eGoli.
Okay, siyabonga kakhulu Bra Martin. So asize manje ke ku iqembu lenu le Ndolwane leni lilidayo manje ukuthi lime kanjani. Ngasitshela ukuthi ubani odlala lead, bass, rhythm or any other instrument. Funa manje sizwe yonke i-history imnandi kakhulu. Sesifuna ukuthi sibhekane manje neqembu elikhona le Ndolwane Super Sound ukuthi lime kanjani.
Ya uyathi khakha Mr Martin usitshele lathi sikunikeza imibuzo uthi khakha sesoko sitshintshana kanjalo.
All right. Iqembu Indolwane in a very long history. Okay, thanks, Tuli. Indolwane in a long history. That is why singakhuluma kuze kuyophuma ilanga. Sakhubeka kanjalo ke seindolwane Super Sounds baze ba Abson washiya emhlabeni. Sasala ke thina sesibabili no Charles. By the way, uColin wa resign along the way before skip ukulindawo. Then sakhubeka sa recorder si together ke seindolwane Super Sounds. Sa recorder ama album, if I'm not mistaken, sa recorder up to 14 albums together from Africa up to Zetembe. Then sehlukana ke no Charles with the reasons athile sehlukana uCharles he formed his group waqhubeka wathi Ndolwane Super Sounds. Mina ngazemfaka elami igama because yimi engabona ukuthi kufanele ukuthi igama singaliyeki, even though my twin brother wanted us ukuthi sishiye igama. So ngase sithi no man, igama lesi lisebenzele isikhathi eside too much, let us just use it because abantu basazi ngalo. When I just put your name there and then I put my name there, then he decided to continue the name Ndolwane Super Sound. Then I put Martin and Ndolwane Super Sound. So that's where I am right now, is Martin and Ndolwane Super Sound, Ndolwane Super Sound. So right now, if you say Ndolwane Super Sound, you are talking about now there is Ndolwane Super Sound that is led by Charles. There is Martin and Ndolwane Super Sound that is my group.
Okay. Hayi siyabonga kakhulu Dawu. Then bese sifuna ukwazi ukuthi kahle uzuhlale phansi ubhale nayo ingoma bathi ubakhuzeni. Ile ngoma ezifana nayo kumbe kulo track number 1 no track number 4. Lezi ngoma ziyangiphisa kakhulu, enye ithi sekukubi, enye ithi bakhuzeni. Lezi ngoma uzibhala wawucabangani kahle kwakwenzakalani kahle ingoma lezi zafika njengephupho kuwe oro yinto nje owayizisegazini wathi no ithi ngenze kanje kwahamba kanjani akungichazele ngobakhuzeni ukuthi kwenzakalani, ngoba ngibona abantu abaningi sebekwazi ukuthi awu nawu Mr Bakhuzeni kwenzakalani.
Oh right. Ubakhuzeni yeza kanje masi sehlukana no Charles. uCharles ngathatha iband ngihamba ngayadlala ekhaya. uCharles wasala la wabhala ingoma zakhe, wabuya wathatha igroup, sasa share igroup eyodwa, wahamba wa record, then wa release ingoma yakhe azibuya Masisweni. So my release ingoma yakhe laphana, I was on Facebook by then. Ngathola ama criticism amaningi kakhulu engangiwathola from abantu ababezwe ingoma kaCharles, sebe criticize mina, sebethethisa mina, sebengitshela ukuthi no vele bazi ukuthi mina ngangenzi lutho ebandini and indolwane ibisifile, uCharles useyivusile, all these things yabona. So ngithuleleni ngoba mina ngathi ngibona ukuthi uCharles urecordile, then I do stop isikhathi esingangomnyaka. So ngase decide ukubhala ingoma ngikhuza abantu. So mangwathi uyayimamela ingoma liyana, ingoma ezilaphana zonke ziyakhuza abantu in a different way. So mina mangibhala ingoma, ngibhala ingoma enomyalezo and ngidila ne community. So ngamfuna i community nje ngiyibonisa ukuthi yabona into embi ifanele ikhuzwe. In other words, ngangibakhuza ukuthi yazini ningakhulumi into maningayazi, and omunye nomunye mayibona omunye esenza iphutha mkhuze. So ingoma liyana ngangikhuza ingoma zami mawazilandela nezo zikhalanga zonke zazikhuza zazikhuthaza zazikhuza ngoba ngangikhuza umhlolo engangiwubonile mangabe omunye wami esesehlukene esekhiphe into enhle mina so isithethe samina so ngase ngibakhuza ngathi cha uyazini akufanelanga siyekelane simosha into. That is how bakhuzeni ngayibhala. I just sat down, thought about it. I believe God whispers everything to my ears because these things come to me, then I write them down. But it was
ngikuzwa kahle lapho dawo. Then bese ngibuya lana ekuthenini ke njengoba kule pirates alaba abantu babizwa ukuthi ay-pirates abadayisa ezitaradeni wena kukuhlukumeza kanjani okuyinto okufana nalokho njalo owakho umusic udayisa kanjani wenza kanjani bese ngibuza ukuthi kwenziwa yini ukuthi ama-artist amaningi asemathebheleleni record lana eSouth Africa kube ekhaya kunestudio mhlambe esizaziyo esikhulu esizazi right ezifana nabo Grammar Records nabo Diamond Studios kumanje kunabo True Stones lina what is the different kulokho yini umehluko walezo studio?
I-piracy it's a monster, it's a nightmare. I-piracy yadiliza amaphupho ethu. I-piracy made impoverished us. I-piracy made musicians to be useless people. I-piracy yasenza saba ngama-strugglers in our own destiny. I-piracy it's a virus, and i-piracy it can be conquered only mangungatshintsha i-mindset yama-consumers abadli bomculo wethu yikho lapha engaphelela khona ngoba i-piracy as it is abantu they think they are enjoying to get the cheap thing but forgetting ukuthi they are getting rid of ama-musicians. That is why thola ama-musicians ehlala isikhathi eside engasa-record because i-piracy iyas-discourage kakhulu. Well, we just sell and you create a fan base. Mina owami music ngiba nama groups angilandelayo, abantu bafuma ama-groups angilandelayo engazi ukuthi ngama-hard followers army, ama-true followers army. So form ama-groups afana nalawo through my administration, and abantu labo mabeloke bejoyina then they encourage each other ukuthi no bathenge music all right, and then we form into okufana nama-fan clubs ukuthi ma urecorda uyazi ukuthi wena ku-fan club yakho unabantu abangaki, then ma usiyarecorda vele susazi already unabantu abangaki abazothenga ama-original cassettes. Otherwise that's how we survive ngokuthengisa. Otherwise esikhathini esiningi siyabe sifuna nje ama-live shows ukuthi sidlale ama-live shows ukuze sisurvive. Ekurekhodeni ukuthi abantu barekhoda kanjani, I think it's the availability of ama-funds. Abantu abaningi basuka basebenza lapha, so mabelapha bayasebenza imali mabeyithola bese bechoose ama-studios aseduze nabo bese berekhoda bekhatha ama-transport cost mawuthola ukuthi umuntu mayisuka lapha isiye ekhaya kuyamdla imali eziningi. So lapha e-South Africa kunama-studios amaningi amancane, abantu banama-studios amancane amaningi, so abantu sebesiya record kuma-studios amancane. Abanye abasa-consider ne-quality of ukurekhoda because of availability of ama-studios lana at a cheaper price. Ama-studios kahle a well-built studio ayifana, ama-studios ayifana depend ukuthi umuntu uwakhe studios akhe funa ukuthi sibe kanjani. Ama-grammar i-grammar has always been there, ama-studios asekhaya they've been always there, or downtown laba ngama-studios are powerful esiwabona ukuthi they are very there, but into khona is the know-how, i-knowledge yabantu abasebenza ama-engineers azi law music. Noma ungaze uyengena ku-studio $1 million kodwa ma umuntu ozokurekhoda lapho engana-knowledge yo-music owurekhodayo uzophuma ungaphethe lutho. So abantu barekhoda la eSouth Africa ngobuningi just because abaningi basebenza lapha bathola imali lapha bese belanda lama studios are available just ukuba recordela bekhipha izinto zawo bethengise day to day. But professionally ukurecorda it's expensive kuyabe kunida ama sponsors azowathatha abase kuma studios of their choice of which akekho.
Ya ngibe singibuya lapha wena Dawu ekuthenini ke sibona indulwani yakade yabakhona njalo kubeni kwayo kuba khona kwayo ningakahlukani nenza i-video eyodwa right usuzumele uwedwa solo artist ulakho yini ukuthi ungathola lezi ngoma ozirekhodile lama album osunawo usuwayenze ama video na unaso isifiso sokuthi ungawenza abe ngama DVD na umbuzo engibuza wona omunye umbuzo uthi ngibuza ukuthi uMartin engazithola enza i-collaboration yokurekhoda i-album namanye ama-artist kule Zimbabwe noma iMatabeleland noma iMashonaland ongayenza yona i-collaboration na ngesifiso sakhe kungenzeka singakubona kwenzeka in future na lokho kumbe into vele ongacabangiyo elifini leyo.
Oh yes, sayenza i-video for sale yaba one sasesenza nje ama clips adlala we-studio u-Africa no mangaze ngenzeni no when days are dark friends are few. I think abantu abaningi bayibona esakwenza lokhana sathola ukuthi no i-DVD it's expensive than i-CD if you want to do equality DVD because kufundwa ulokuthi yaphambili udibana nama DVD wabheka ukuthi enzani uthola ukuthi equality iba so expensive. Yes, ma ngingedwa ngiloke ngikhubeka nginaso isifiso sokwenza wonke ama DVDs engoma engazidulayo because mina no Charles we agreed with this and ama DVDs on each and every song that we sang and we led. So mase ngedwa yebo ngiyafisa ukwenza i-DVD, but I want to do i-DVD as a major i-message ekungoma zami. Amfuna ukwenza i-DVD ezothi mayiphuma i-demarcate music wami ngoba I know abantu abaningi mabemamele ingoma zami banama videos asemakhanda abo, so I need to match the standard. So with the availability of ama fans, yes, I'm prepared to do ama videos. It's a dream of every artist, every musician ukuthi mawurecorda i-project uyenzele i-DVD, urecorda i-project uyenzele i-DVD. So into ezishaya esikhathini esiningi it's uxhaso ukuthi senze lezo zinto. Ungasacrifice kube uzame ukuthi urecord i-CD i-audio, but when it goes to i-DVD you expect now ukuthi uthole uxhaso ukuze wenze into ekustandard. Because I went to a certain guy to get a quotation ye-DVD, bafika bangitshela bathi they can do i-video yengoma eyodwa, a very good one, for about 15,000 rand. Then I said, one track? They said, yes. I said, why? But the DVD, it starts from R1 to $1 million. So it depends what on the. Yes, it's my dream. With one day I can do my videos as much as I can go deep down to ingoma engazirekhoda kudala.
Okay, hayi ngiyezwa Dawu. Kanti futhi uhlelo solusafika emaphethelweni ethu khona lana. So engibuza ukuthi abalandeli bakho njengoba la kumnyaka sesiyaphela kungaba zikhona inhlelo ezintsha ezikhona noma kumbe kwenzakala noma ikhona iproject esikhona eniphezu kwayo o kanjani ufuna ukwazi khona lapho bese ngithi khona ma kungenzeka uthola ukuthi ke njengamanje njengoba ngikhuluma nawe khona la sinabantu abaningi sine H Metro le ama newspaper sinabo Studio 7 bamamele bonke khona la nama-journalist zonke lezi zinto bamamele nje khona la ma kungaba kwenzeka elifini ubathembisani bonke lapha abantu abakhona bakumamela umhlaba wonke njengoba nje umhlaba wonke ulalele njengamanje ngoba phela le i-United Sungura Legends ligroup elikhulu kakhulu eseliyenze izinto zenzeka eselirekhodela abantu ama-album labarekhodela ama-videos wena ma kungayenzeka uphiwe lelo thuba ubathembisana abantu be-United Sungura Legends elokugcina-ke hayi mina dawo ma usuphendulile ke ngizobonga sibese sivalelisana bese mbonga lokuba kwakhona kwakho usasekhona dawo noma siyivale usasekhona ngoba vele sesiyivala ma unganayo impendulo hayi ngicabanga ukuthi siyayivala nje kanjani bese ngiyekelela abalandeli.
Sorry about that, and someone just called in here. I was just saying, when I went solo, I changed the time of releasing my music. I decided to release my music in the middle of the year, around maybe June, maybe May or April there, so that when we reach December, the festive season, my song would have traveled to every corner of the world. And then when I do the gigs, people will be singing along. That's how I decided to do. But the good news is I've started working on a new project. Unfortunately, it's gonna be released when I finished it, and most probably next year. I take time to work on a project because I respect my fans. And I respect every person who listens to my music. That is why I just don't dream of a song today and release it tomorrow. I don't do that. To everyone, all the different organizations and different stations, all the dignitaries, I always promise them good music to the people. I always promise them good stuff. I thank them for their support, and I will deliver a very good project when it comes to a release time. And if any one of them decides to help me, I believe we're going to come out with a very good video shoot or anything else. Oh, Gikona, Mr. Tula, I'm all yours. I'm all yours. As we get figure next year, I'm all yours.
Hayi elokugcina elami ngelithi ngibuze la ukuthi wena uthikameza kanjani ngilokuthi mangimamela ingoma eziningi zonke ingoma nje zama-artist asemathebhelele nje angisho ukuthi mhlawumbe ngihlokoza ubani or ngithini wena ukuthikameza kangakanani ukuthi uthi nje kunabalandeli abangaka onabo uthola ukuthi every ngoma nginokuzwa ama-artist amaningi amemeza ama-fans abo kuyini kungumthelelo onjani lokho okwenzakalayo ukuthi uthole bememeza ama-artist into esasingayazi leyo azange sayizwa nabo Solomon Skuza bememeza ama-fans abo lokho kulinikeza ibhizinisi enjani into efuna ukuyazi leyo
lokho kusho ukuthi kuya nje ngokuthi omunye nomunye umuntu emzini wakhe wenza into ayithandayo. Angeke ngize ngibakwazi ukuphendulela abantu abenza izinto mina engingazenziyo. Sezi mhlawumbe banezizathu, maybe lo muntu oyabe embiza uyabe wamsiza kwenye into esefuna nje ukumqhakathekisa, kodwa angeke ngize ngithi yikho lokho, ngoba mina hayi angikhumbuli ngikwenza. Kusho ukuthi kodwa umuntu ma ungamamela maybe uyabe senzela nje ukuthi maybe umuntu omsizileyo omrespectayo nje ufuna ukuthi maybe uyabe advertise, like if you are an artist, you are an ambassador of a certain business, you ought to talk or to chant about your business, about ukuthi abantu bayazi, then people tend to love that business. So when it comes to a human being, I angwazi ekubizeni ama-artists esabe sidlala nawo, ama-players, yes, that motivates an artist to do more next album. But ama-fans, ungazi makukuthi maybe babe chanta for ama-business people, maybe babe basponsile, angikwazi ke lapho.
Okay, siyabonga kakhulu. So umbuzo wami mina okugcina nami ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi baba Sibanda umsebenzi ngaphandle kokuba umculi wezingoma ukhona omunye umsebenzi uyenza na ngoba uthola ukuthi abanye ama-musician banokuthi bayacula ngapha basebenza okunye or wena u-full time musician awuna omunye umsebenzi abalandeli bako bafuna ukwazi lokho ukuthi umculi wethu uphila kanjani.
Sengiphuma ke ngivalelisa da umbuzo ogcina uthi ungasinikeza i-line up nje ukuthi imi kanjani i-line up yama players akho ukuthi ubani udlalani. Hayi mina ngibongile nje ukukhuluma nawe. Ngibonge nje ithuba lakho lithethe wazinikela ukuthi ube nathi khona lana. Uzolinda kancane ukhulume nama fans la khona kule ndawo. Then mina ngesingami on my side hayi ngiyabonga kakhulu bese ngibonga kakhulu nakuDenzel ngibonge nakuthandazani Nyoni abayibaba kuvumele ukuthi ube lapha bese ngithi hayi madoda nibambe kanjalo siyabonga.
I would ask I would answer umbuzo wokuqala. I'm a full-time musician. I dedicated all my time into doing music. So I'm not employed anywhere. I'm not working anywhere. So I'm a full-time musician. So I need my supporters, my fans to hear that, so that they know that I depend on their contribution.
Kana muchizochizi amajongozi munenge mushonga zokuthi ndezokutamba. Munhu yane power with mese muri 20 bachinjana naye but batidi abajongozi sho varume ndaona varume mese maneti anozibatini but ane power ane energy ndakamboita mainterview
i-line-up yama-players ami eninawo njengamanje ngino-surprise ku-lead guitar mfana omncane njengamkhuluma from i-dancing side wangena kine-dancer ngamtrainer ngoba ngiyatrainer vele abantu mina ngamtrainer waze wagcina engani sengcono ijongo sindelizayo ngizoba nomzambane umzambane ngu-Love Mojo Ravaza kodwa babiza ngama-nicknames zabo umzambane ke uJeravaza udlala ama-rhythms ne-bass uyadlala ne-bass naye weza engena nje engumuntu odlala i-bass then I have to recruit him ukuthi adlale i-rhythm nesando sihle bese kusiza uphilani Mpala umakhokhoba ngibiza umakhokhoba mfana ohlala emakhokhoba laphana indoda ende emnyama ethuliyo nje udlala i-rhythm naye nama-sub rhythm yibo badlala beshintshana nje no Love Mojo Ravaza bese kusiza ke uDennis inkabi endala ke leyo ikhona nawe lapha ngiquthe ebhesini idlala ibhesi njengoba niyazi yarekhoda ama-albums amanyathile bese kusiza uGali ke kuma-drum Mr. Ceremon the senior man uye ke umuntu okhona ke laphana emadramini so yibo abantu enginabo abasebenza nje kanzima okungenzeka ukuthi bebe yibo abazo recorda the next project kodwa ke mase ngirecorda mina ngifuna nje umuntu ozorekhoda into e-right noma ngabe ubani ozorekhoda into e-right engizoyibhalisa ngoba i-recording is something that stays forever, so ayifuni i-mistake. But at the moment yibo labo abantu engibalayinisele ukuthi bengasebenza leli project. But no Papa Shango umisheke is back in the stable naye bendini. So yeah, those are the guys that enginabo njengamanje.
Hayi kunombuzo enguthola inbox lapha uthi mangibuza ukuthi uMartin Sibanda unemuli njalo unabantwana abangaki ushadile na abantwana bangaki ungiseka bani yiloko enguthola manje.
Well, yeah, uMartin unemuli, but I just want to keep my private life private, you see, because here it's music, and i-private life yami bengifuna nje ukuthi ihlale i-private ngale ngapha ngidile music. But yes, nginabantwana mina. Ngingubaba kaKhanya. My firstborn is uKhanya.
It's up to you. Voice not you can ask the voice, it's fine.
Manje Martin ungani kunenye indaba ongazange uyiphendule kahle kumbe angisabonanga ngazi. Indaba yama collaboration awasaphendulanga bro mangikwazi ukuthi kumbe phone yami or kanjani. Kulo umbuzo obuziweyo lapha Mr Brown ukuthi ama collab wakhe wayenza amanye ama-collab or sazo ulayaso sifiso sokwenza amanye ama-collab ngamanye amaculi njani.
Ama-collaboration angiwuzwanga umbuzo omgoma andinakumbowuzwa umbuzo lona. Ama-collab ngibheke ukuthi ngingawenza ama-collaborations anytime mangithola umuntu nje ngibona ukuthi no, we can do ama-collaborations together, and there is a serious guy who is actually aiming high, then I can do ama-collaborations. Angizange wenza ama-collaboration before, but now I'm looking forward to doing a collaboration with serious guys. Dadoneza mari mapofu. Bagoma mujandi regerera. Mujandi regerera shona sho inondinetsa. Asi ndinonzwa kana uchitaura kuti nditaure.
Linjani mdalo Sibanda ikhona indaba ehlezi ilokhu yenza ukuginyaginyana kwabalandeli. Ngifisa ukuthi wena ungiphendule mdala wami. Abalandeli bathi bona ingoma ezifana nabo Mphahambe ama-album kunyelela bonqoko after ukudlula kwezinsizwa ezadlulayo kuma last offering lina eliseleyo nabadlali benu, you have failed to reach those standards. So ngokusho kwabantu abaningi bekhuluma ngaphandle. So bengibuza ukuthi wena uyinto oyizwa njani njalo cabanga ukuthi injani osiphendisani in future. Akhona ama-album nawe omaduwezwa mhlambe ingoma onazo ofisa ukuthi mangabuzenza zivale lelo gap labo Mphahambe andinqoko. Ngiyabonga.
Ku case ama-albums mina ngisala ngichazela abantu ukuthi ama-albums afana nabantwana, abantwana obazalayo. Abantwana uma uwazala ubazala ngokwehlukana and bonke uyabubathanda ngokwehlukana kwabo. So omunye umuntu angathi album lena yedlula lena kimi kuyaba ku difficult kufana nokuthi ungitshela ukuthi umntwana omthanda kakhulu ukudlula omunye omuhle ukudlula omunye. Abantwana behlukaniswa izenzo. So mina abantu mabesitha akuzange ku-reach Mphahambe, ngiyabe ngibheka ama-sales ne-publicity nokukhula kwami mangiyenze lezo ngoma bese ngibona ukuthi ingoma kusho ukuthi ebe powerful lena sengibona ngezenzo zayo ingoma. umphahambe yayingumphahambe ngaleso sikhathi isenza khona lokho eyayisipha abantu behamba. Unqokonqoko naye yaba ngokwayo intese ngizoyenza ubakhuzeni yangithatha yangibeka kwelinye izinga engazibona angazathi ngenze kahle ngendlela iresponse engayitholayo. So ukuthi ngithi ngizofinyelela kuliphi izinga ngibengazi ukuthi abantu bona baba satisfied mangipheke into enjani ngoba kimi ziyabe zinemiyalezo emfuna ukuyidlulisa ngokufana.